So our shed base needs to be about 12 foot by 8 foot because we're going to be putting a metal shed on top of this. Got a really good deal on one on Amazon in the late fall, so really happy with the overall cost of this shed so far. So I found these tough blocks online and I'm going to try these out and see how well they hold up for a shed base. You can make it really low profile and that's what we're looking for. I don't want something that sticks up really high. But if you are looking to build a deck on this, you can put a 4x4 post in here. You can put a 2x in here. So different formats for whatever you're building. We're not going to be using the 4x4 method. We're going to be laying our 2x6s in here. Another reason I went for these tough blocks over the concrete blocks is how light they are. I can carry all 6 in one hand. And the way I'm going to do this is 3 on either side. This is just a shed, so having a 2x6 spanning this should be no problem at all to support the weight. And I will do a test before I completely build the shed to see if it can support my lawnmower or not. But 6 of these, 4 on the corners, and it's going to support the cross runners at either end, and then 1 in the middle, which we should probably put where one of the joists are going to be. Spacing for the joists on this are going to be 16-inch on center. Got our first one, 3/4 right there. And we can just do our 16-inch from there. So 16, 32. And I hope that's not the rain coming. 48. If you've been watching the channel for a period of time, you'll have seen the last shed base that I built, and it was for my Rubbermaid shed, and I used some stone and a little bit of hate for it because it was not level. So I'm building it properly this time. Also, when I did that, it was during the period of time where lumber was very, very expensive. And my wallet didn't stretch that far. So this time, doing it correctly. So the haters don't hate. Someone was going to hate anyway. So this side in. I feel this is a task that would be much better with a second pair of hands, but unfortunately, I don't have them right now. So one set will do. Up. Like that. There. Don't worry, we'll make sure this is square once everything is on. And of course, I turned it around. There we go. And we are using pressure treated lumber. That should be around about 93 inches apart. It's gonna be a big shed. Well, not that big actually. My old shed was 7x10. This is 8x12, so not really that much more, but you know, we'll see. Oh, so we're needs to come in a little bit. Like that. Maybe go get a better tape measure while I'm at it, because this thing sucks. Right about there. So I'm going to cut my end pieces to 93. Also, having to lift 3/4 inch pressure treated plywood by yourself is extremely heavy. So 93 plus 6 gives me 96, which will give me my 8 foot wide. So there's 93. I'll mark another one up. It's in the 50s out. It's a little bit windy. Got a bit of a sweat on here. It's the first time in however many months that I've actually had a sweat on because it's actually nice out. It's overcast. It's a lot of wind. So if you hear that, that's what that is. But you'll notice I've got a nice new sweater on. DIY with Cam sweater. So if you want to support the channel and help me bring more builds like this to the channel, go ahead, check it out down below. Really like this, really soft, fits really well. This is a large, I'm about 6'1", 205. Don't know why I'm telling everyone that, how much I weigh, but fits me really nicely. If I were going for something a little bit baggier, maybe for more loungewear, I'd go for an extra large. If you want to support the channel, go get yourself one. There's so much more coming to this channel. This year is going to be huge, so go get yourself one. This Craftsman circular saw has been with me for many years, and I actually got it when I was using pallet wood to build wood storage racks, but it's left-handed, which I didn't realize at the time, and I'm not left-handed. Actually, I can use both hands, so that's okay. But you know what? I'll extend that line. I didn't know circular saws came in multiple left hand or right hand variations, but well, they do. Caber toss. Well, this is in here. How'd that happen? Am I that far off? Where's my tape measure? Oh, 93. Oh, we just need to pull this out a little bit. Like that. Oh yeah, I pulled it in way too much, so let's pull it out. And like that. Ah. Like that. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. I'm going to use these tough blocks to hold everything down while I drive screws in. And yes, I am using screws. These are structurally rated SPAC screws. They're 1/4 inch by 4 inch. This is a shed that's going to hold a lawnmower in it. We don't need to do nails. I also don't have a framing nailer. So by the time I go and buy a framing nailer, I could build a whole new shed base if that happens. So we're going to be using these here. These are pretty hefty. They replace lag bolts. That's what they're designed for. You don't need to pre-drill these. You can drive these in. So we're going to get plenty of hold right now. I'm going to put 2 on each corner. That'll allow us to hold this in position, and then we can square up, remove it, get the tough block centered, and build the rest of the base. This is going to fly. So let's get this corner secured first. So this tough block, you could put a 4x4 post in here, notch it, and then put these 2x6 on top of them. That's going to make it really tall. I want this as low profile as possible. Yes, I'm going to have a little bit of tough block sticking out, but at the end of the day, I can put some flowers around here. I can cover this up. That's not a problem at all. And I think this is a much better way to support the load that's going to be in the shed. You'll see people online who use a 4x4 in the corner in here, and then they just lag bolt it in here and here, put a tough block underneath, and call it a day. If you're going to do the 4x4 method, put the 4x4 in the tough block and then notch it out. Put the 2x6s on the notches. That way there's actually some transfer of load through the 4x4 onto the tough block. Otherwise, you'll just be using the lag bolts to hold the weight of whatever shed or deck you're building. And would you look at that? Woo! I like using the 3-4-5 method, but sometimes just taking corner to corner measurements just a little more accurate. I just have to go and get my better tape measure, but here we go. 174 and 8. And we're just under 174. So just bring it over this way. There, we're bang on 174. Bang on. In theory, you could leave the tough blocks like this if they were level. I don't think they are, but you could leave them like that. You don't actually have to put anything underneath them, but I'm going to. Now I need to know exactly where these have to go back in, and I'm just going to drop a couple of these screws in here. I'll do the inside like that. We'll do every single one like that. That means I know which area to tamp down and where to put my paper base. We're going to go around everywhere now and just tamp this down so this is nice and compact. I'm going to check their level across each side by slotting this in. Also, once we put the frame back on, we'll have to square it back up again, but they should be pretty close. Whew. And that one is bang on. More on this one, bring it up a little bit. We'll just spread this around. Maybe we'll have to get in our bag of base, but we'll see. Like that. Whack this on here, like so. Slot our board in. That. See how we're looking. Whew. Bang on. So I think if there's an easier way to do this. If there is, please drop it down in the description below, because, well, too late for this build, but you never know. I might have to build another deck, like maybe one for the back patio. Who knows? So I think if I flip this up, I can manhandle it corner by corner. So that wasn't terrible at all. Pretty level. Bang on. Mid-project snack, peanut butter and jelly. Never actually had a peanut butter and jelly until I met my wife when I was 20. But I didn't like peanut butter, but it turns out I love the stuff. I'm going to pull these expensive screws out because I will need them. Don't want any weeds to come up, so we'll put some weed fabric down. Now I'm just going to cut the rest of these boards to 93, and then we'll crown them and we'll install them. And we'll just crown it and slot it in place. If you're wondering what I'm talking about when I say crowning it, these boards naturally have a curve up and a curve down. So you want the upward curve to be facing up. That's what we're doing here. I'm installing this one first because it's got the tough block underneath it, so it's going to make it easy to line up the tops and drive it in. Got everything screwed down here. The base looks great. Got the weed fabric underneath here. Got all the joists in there. They're all screwed together. Now we just need to install these 3 pieces of 3/4 inch plywood. Now this is pressure treated plywood. Stuff's heavy. Online I saw it was somewhere between 60 and 100 pounds. Felt like they're 150 pounds, so I need 3 exactly, and the joints should line up exactly on center for the joist because I went with 16 inch on center. So let's get them in position and get them fastened down. Go get some screws, get this screwed down, could nail it, but yeah, again, I don't have a nailer large enough and I'm not doing it by hand, so I'm gonna go get the screws, get this thing screwed down, and then I think we're done for today. One thing that I did forget though was I didn't have any uplift anchors. Not needed, might be. This here might leave some air under here and could have some uplift if we get really strong winds. So I might add them at a later date, but I can put them on the outside instead of on the inside. I think they'll do just fine. It's more of a safety precaution than anything else. The shed base is done. That's a lot more than I was expecting to get done today. I started a little bit late, but it looks good. It's all fastened down. Now it's ready for the metal shed. We'll do that another day because I need a second pair of hands to help me with that. There's no way I'm doing that on my own. It's also a little bit too windy today to start doing that. So thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you watch this video here on another DIY project around the home.